All right. What if my boyfriend slash girlfriend is pressuring me to? I like how they made sure to not give away their gender. Right. What if my boyfriend slash girlfriend is pressuring me to go farther physically than I'm comfortable doing?
Leave them.
You have to ask about value, right? Do they value me, or do they value what I am going to give to them, or they want me to give to them, right? If they don't value me, okay? If they don't value me, then it's going to come out in the way that they care about me and what they ask of me and what they demand of me. If I don't give them this thing that I'm saying, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, or this is what I believe God wants me to do, and they pressure me to go farther than that, then the question is, why are they doing that? Because they just want what they want, and they're not really caring about what you want in this moment, right? So I think it's important to ask yourself if they actually value you. And if they don't value you, then the next question is, do you value you? Do you value you? And do you value your relationship with God and pleasing God more than pleasing this person? And I'll be honest, that's a hard question to answer. I'm not saying it's easy, because you're basically telling them, hey, I want you to reject me, right? Because if I say I'm not going to do what you want to do, and if you break up with me, you're basically going, okay, I'm okay with you rejecting me. And nobody ever feels okay with that. But do you value you, and do you value your peace and your relationship with God more than giving into what that person's asking you? Does that make sense? Baby, do you want to add something to that?
I also want to say, like, sometimes they may pressure you and you feel pressured, but it's because you're not speaking up. Like, you might feel like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to do these things physically. And I want to honor God, and you feel pressure. But if you are not speaking up and you are not saying, hey, listen, I'm not having sex before marriage. I'm not doing it. And I want you to know that from the start. I'm honoring God in this, and I want to start my marriage in this way. And if you haven't done that, they don't know. If you haven't said, like, hey, keep your hands off my body and only on appropriate places, then they don't know. So I would encourage you, if that's you and you're in this spot, sometimes you just need permission from somebody to tell you to speak up. You got to be able to speak up. And especially girls, please hear me. If you feel like you cannot speak up, get out. Get out. If you feel like I cannot be honest, and you're afraid that they're going to be mad, and they're just whatever the case may be, get out. You don't have to stay in that space. You don't have to stay in that relationship, especially when we're talking about high school and middle school. You guys are not married. There is no commitment there. Do not stay if they will not respect you. Don't stay. And guys, hear me. Please respect if a girl comes to you and says, I don't want to have sex before marriage, and I don't want you to touch my body in inappropriate places. Please respect them. Please show them Jesus by respecting their body. Please do that. Please honor them in the way that you speak about them.
And girls, the same thing for you.
The same thing for you. But wow, that's nice. But please guys, speak up. You got to be able to communicate. If you're going to have a healthy relationship requires communication. If you are already currently in a dating relationship and doing things physically that you're like, I'm not sure this is right, come see a leader. We will help you guys establish good boundaries in your relationship. You know what I mean? We'll help you guys figure out what that line is and what that looks like. We want to help you. We want your high school relationships to be successful. We want them to bring you joy. We want you to grow through them. We want those things for you. We want you to be able to look back and go, when I dated in high school, I did it well.
Yeah.
We don't want you to go, man, I was an absolute mess and I train wrecked myself right into my marriage. Like we're not shooting for that for you, okay? We want you to be able to confidently stand before somebody someday, get married and go, I feel good about the way I dated people. Even if the person that you're marrying isn't somebody you dated, you'll be able to stand and go, you know what? I dated well. I honored God in my relationships, and I can stand here confidently today and marry this person and not have guilt and not have shame and not have regrets. That's what we want for you guys. We want you to have happy, healthy, holy dating relationships.
Triple H. Okay. When you start your relationship, like that should be a discussion that you guys have. I know it's not normal to have
Right
a discussion,
away.
but I know it's not normal, but like, all right, let's talk about boundaries. It doesn't have to be that awkward, but it should be a conversation that happens. Okay, let's do this one.
And listen, if you need an out, blame a parent. Blame it. My youth pastor said that we don't touch that. Okay, like whatever you need to use. My youth pastor said I shouldn't.
We will. If you drive, we will make an air freshener with our face on it, and you can put it in your. And
you'd be like,
when you're in the
excuse
car,
me.
you'd be like, hey, they're watching.
My youth
they're
pastor.
looking.
My
You
youth
can-
pastor. My Gabrielle air freshener. Gabrielle is looking at us right now. So whatever you were thinking about doing, Gabrielle is watching. Okay.
Let's do this.